Hello, if anyone has joined the stream, can you confirm you can hear my audio or not? If you can hear me, do let me know in the chat. Hello, am I audible? I'll wait for a few more minutes, and if there isn't any questions or if people don't join, I will end the stream. So, yeah, I will wait for a few more minutes. And if you have joined the stream, uh, just confirm I'm audible or not. And you can always post your questions in the chat. Usually people join a little bit late, like around 3 4 minutes late. Today it's been almost 5 minutes by now. But yeah, hopefully people will join. But if they don't, I will probably end the stream in maybe another 5 minutes. I'll just wait for another 5 minutes more. Alright, guys, so I will just end the stream because I don't think anyone's gonna join, and I think there's no questions today. So I was just about to close the stream because many people didn't join. So yeah, hello Geeky Tech. Hey Sanjay. I was almost about to end the stream. So yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? Because it's been almost 8 9 minutes since I started the stream, and I thought today there's no questions, so people haven't joined the stream. So yeah, I was almost about to end the stream, but you guys joined just now. So yeah, if you still have some questions, do let me know. We can still continue, and we'll see if more people wants to join. If not, then we will probably keep this live Q&A short today. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Ask your questions. How's the situation in the UK? They are hyping about recession and inflation. So, yes, inflation is just too much. Everything is really very expensive. Recession is also probably around the corner. So, yeah, that is there. Things are not really good at this point, but it's not just in the UK. If you see, there is energy crisis in EU, so even they are struggling quite a lot, and US is also not doing that great. It's just US is, I mean the dollars are getting really high simply because the whole world trades in dollar, and all the countries are keeping their reserves in dollars, so that's the only reason. But even US is not doing that great, so it's not just about UK. I mean, yes, UK is being unstable from past few months, so that is another reason. And then because of Brexit, uh, people didn't see things to be that bad because of COVID, because COVID took over at the time when Brexit was there, so people blamed everything on COVID. But yeah, now they can see quite a lot of difficulties because of Brexit as well, because lot of Small businesses has been hit because of Brexit, so that is also posing a big issue. But in terms of IT industry, it is still holding pretty good, I would say. But yeah, things are not good anywhere in the world, so that's what I would like to say. What's your take on mass layoffs? Yeah, it's not good, of course. It's not good because a lot of people are losing their job and they need to support their family and things like that. So it's definitely not good. But the thing is, companies are also, I mean, it's like a chain, you know. Let's take an example. There is this big IT firm which provides support to, let's say, some manufacturing company, and because of inflation everything is getting really expensive and people are not being able to buy stuff, so that manufacturing company will lower their manufacturing and things like that, so they will be able to pay less to the IT firm as well, so even indirectly the IT firms will also get hit. So it's like a whole chain, and everybody gets hit because of that inflation recession. So even bigger companies try to cut down on the cost as much as they can. So they tend to lay off employees. So I mean, it's not good, but can't really do anything because even if companies want to cut down on the costs. Any tips for Feb Intech students? So I think right now pounds is relatively cheaper as what it was back in 21. Yeah, so when I came here, it was around 103 pounds. Now it is 93.28. So pound has reduced by quite a lot. So it will help you in one way is like you will be paying your fees. So you will have to pay less Indian rupees because now pound is weaker. So I would say if you can transfer a big amount from India account to your UK account, I think this is probably the right time to do so. And of course, you can do part-time jobs and things like that. But right now, in mostly in smaller cities, it's a little bit hard to find part-time jobs. But it's not impossible. People are still doing, and there are still part-time jobs you can do. But focus more on your course and don't spoil your course because of part-time job, because I have seen here some of my friends, people who focused a lot on their course, they actually got more marks and also their skills improved by quite a lot, and they are getting interview calls and things like that. But people who focused more on part-time jobs, they did not improve their skills that much, and also they are like they maybe made money, they are fine with their living expense and stuff, but now the ultimate goal is to find a job in your domain, and they spend quite a lot of time on part-time jobs, and they did not focus too much on their course and improving their other skills, and now they are struggling by a huge margin, and they are not getting enough calls for interviews, so that's why they are struggling too much. So I would suggest focus on your course first, see if you can manage your course and part-time job, then only go for part-time job. If not, then I would highly suggest you to focus on your course, and you can transfer from Indian account to UK account in bulk, because right now pound is weaker, so that way you will save some Indian rupees. Hmm. I did data science certification in a good institute. I want to do MSc in UK without experience. What do you suggest me? So here's the thing, it does not matter from which institute you have done your certification, because certification does not matter much in today's world. It's all about the skills you have and portfolio you have and the kind of projects that you have worked on. And if there is someone who has experience of, let's say, 2 years, and even if it's not relevant, they will get called before you, even though you have certificate from some good university or some good institute in data science, but they will get called if they have done little bit of project and work in the industry, because they know how to work in the industry. Even the certificate can't really uh, be compared with the experience that a person will have. So Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I always suggest people to have some experience rather than coming here as a fresher. But it's not like it's impossible to get something, and it's good you have certificate. But it's also important that you do some really good projects and have them in your portfolio, so that at least that will show that yes, you know the concepts, and you know at least how to take a data science project from end to end. So that is something you need to know. And things will be a little hard for a fresher to find a job, but it's not impossible. What is the starting pay for a fresher in the field of data science and software engineering? I have discussed about this on my channel, so you can check out that. I have discussed about like software engineering versus data science, and also I have top five IT skills in the UK. So it's not just in the UK; it's actually worldwide. So you can uh, check those videos. I have discussed about everything in that video. Hello, how is the job market in Sweden for data scientists? There is a visa for advanced level degree professionals. I am planning to get the visa. I haven't looked into the Sweden data science job market, so I can't really comment on it. So yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I need to look into it. So probably I will just make a note of it, and I will look into it after the live stream, and I will probably let you know in the comment section or maybe in the next live stream. So yeah, I will look into it. I think I had this question last week as well, but I forgot to look into it. I was really busy from past few weeks because my visa process and like tier two visa process is going on, and then I also have to move out from this house to another, because from this place it takes around 1 to 1.5 hour by bus to my office. So I'm also looking into some other place to move in. So yeah, that is taking quite a lot of time from my side, and yeah, because of which I'm not getting much time. I haven't done a lot of videos also lately, so I need to get back to that as well. So yeah, I will let you know in the comment section. I've made a note this time, so yeah. Is it possible to do MSc Data Science with a 3-year degree in BCA Data Science degree in US or Canada? I don't know about US or Canada, but I think it's possible because I talked to one of my friends. She is doing her master's in Canada, so she was like, yes, BCA or any bachelor level degree is fine. You can pursue. So I think yes. The answer is yes. In UK, yes, definitely you can do, but I can't say anything about US. But in Canada, she told me yes, it can be done. Mm, where did that question? Yeah. How can a data scientist be self-employed? Uh, yes, it is totally possible. So there are websites like Fiverr and Upwork where you can get freelance projects which you can do. So what you need to do is do several projects in different domains. It could be computer vision, it could be natural language processing, classification, regression problems, things like that, and try to host them as a web API. If not, at least have them on your Git. And when you create your profile on Fiverr or Upwork, show those projects there, so that whoever wants to hire you, they will have some. They will know that you have worked on things like that and you have knowledge. So you can probably take freelance work there. So that is something that you can do. And companies usually don't do that, but yeah, there are few companies who outsource their work, like data cleaning and data engineering sort of things. So, but it is very less. So there are very few companies they do. So you can probably reach out to some very small startups, and maybe you can do that for them. But it's very hard to find that because there is no one such place where you can just go and see a lot of different startups and then you can find. So that is there. Another thing is, if you have friends, if they know that you are really good at data science, probably they can send someone. Let's say they're working, their professors are working on something, or their colleagues are working on something which they think uh, is something that you can do and you have expertise in that. They probably redirect them to you, because I have got a lot of projects because of that, because some of my friends, they know that I do data science stuff, and when they come across people who wants some help in data science, so they redirect them to me, and I tend to help them, and then they pay me as per the complexity of the project and whatever I ask for. So yeah, that is there. So these are some of the things that can be done. So I think that should help. Can you suggest affordable universities and having good reputation for computer science course? So I made a video about affordable universities for data science, and they hold good for computer science degree as well. But I need to look into the course content. So yeah, I will look into the course content, and probably I can make a video about that. So yeah, I will note down this thing as well. Did you have any experience in data science before coming to UK? Yes, I had. So when I was working in Infosys, I was a part of big data team. So there I worked quite a lot with different type of data. After that, I also worked for a small business as a data analyst, business analyst, you can say. So I had experience, and after coming here, I did internships as well. So yeah, that is there. So before coming to UK, I had data related experience. Do you think living in a small city like Newcastle affected your career in any way? I mean, do you think if you lived in London, you would have gotten better opportunities? Um, I never regretted this decision, because nowadays all the interviews that we are getting is online, so it's not like in which city you are living in. You just need to get calls and things like that. And if I tell you something, many of the data scientists or people who are in the industry or the recruiters, they say if you haven't applied for 500 jobs, you haven't applied enough. So that's there, and I applied for around 200 to 250 jobs, out of which I got calls for, let's say, 10 maybe, out of which few were for data engineering, few were for data analysis, very few were for data science. So out of which the things which I got offer for, I chose the one which was for, let's say, data science, and the things which they were doing, I was much more interested in that. So I don't think I got affected by that, because I had offer from companies in London. I had offer from companies in close to Manchester, and then I had offer from a company in Newcastle. So I ended up choosing Newcastle because it's a small city, and living expenses relatively less, and I know the city very well, and also the company that things they are working on is pretty good. So yeah, I don't really think it affected in any way. Is placement here really worth it? So they don't really charge a lot for placement here. It's like 1,000 to 6,000 pounds. 6,000 pound is really high, but if the university is charging you around 1,000 to 2,000 pound, I think it's fine if you are a fresher, because that way you will be part of the course and you will get to work on projects. So that way you will be in both the worlds, and actually it's giving you an additional 1 year to find a job. So that's a good thing, in my opinion. If you are a fresher, I think you should go for placement here. But most universities have different criterias for placement years, so you need to make sure that Some of the universities say that I actually have a full video on placement here, so do check out that video because if I start explaining everything here, it will take quite a lot of time. So yeah, I have a video about placement here. Do check that out, and if you still have some queries, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer that question. Did you pay any application fee while applying in Newcastle University or any university in the UK? So no, in the UK, I don't think there is any application fees, at least for data science courses. So I did not pay any tuition fee. So yeah, that's there. How is Kingston University? It's a good university, and their course content is also good. Location is also good. So overall, it's a good university. Average annual salary for data scientist and developer. Data scientist and developer. Hmm. So average salary or median salary for a data scientist is around 45 to 50K. So that's what it very much depends on your experience. So if you have more experience, it can go all the way up to 80K, 90K. If you are a fresher, it will be around 30 or 28 to 32K, I guess. Yeah. Sir, best college for masters in artificial intelligence. Yeah, I will look into it and I will make a video. I think you had commented on, or maybe you sent a mail, I guess. So yeah, I will look into it and I will make a video about it. Should I choose business analytics from top ranked university or mid tier with placement here? Uh, Business analytics is the kind of course which even universities don't know where to draw the line because some universities are covering courses which should topics which should be in data analytics, and some universities are covering the whole data science life cycle in business analytics course, and some companies are actually covering what business analytics should be in business analytics course. So that's there. It totally depends on what type of course you are getting, what type of course you are interested in. If um, if you are a fresher, for your placement here could be really helpful, but I think that most of the Russell Group universities or top universities don't offer placement here, so that's there. But the thing about Russell Group universities is they have this research department and they have collaboration with a lot of companies. So if you are able to find an internship in your second semester, maybe, so you don't really need a placement here. You can probably convert that internship into your full time job. So that's there, but then you have less time in that you will be working on your course as well, and then you will also be looking for internships and things like that. If you take a placement here, you will have a lot of freedom. You will be able to look for internship jobs and things like that for a longer period of time, so that it will give you more time. So I don't know what is better for you. I mean, I have explained the both scenarios, so whatever sounds good to you, you can choose that. Because if I say something, but if it does not work for you at the end of the day, you will probably blame me. So yeah, that's there. Is master's degree in business analytics worth in India, like after getting some years of experience in the UK? No matter where you get the experience, it's worth everywhere. So if you have experience in India, it is always appreciated in the UK, and if you get experience in the UK, it will be appreciated in India as well. So yes, definitely having an experience anywhere in the world is highly appreciated. Can we work full time in placement year? I did not find much information about it. Yes, you can work for full time in your placement year. That's why placement year is given to you. Which unis in Ireland did you apply to? I don't remember it anymore, but I have video. Probably you can check out that video. I don't remember anymore. Probably I applied to. mm University College Cork, and National Institute of Ireland, University of Dublin. I don't really remember, but yeah, I might be having this in one of the videos, so you can check out that video on the channel. Out of Kingston, Coventry, Greenwich, and Bournemouth, which one you suggest? Please reply. So, Kingston and Coventry has a bit higher fees, and probably for 23, their fees is more than £16,000. So, if you don't have any issues with your fundings and stuff, you can go for probably Coventry. I am little bit more towards Coventry, but Kingston is no less. And even if you choose either of the universities, you will be happy and you will be satisfied. So that is there. If you have a budget restriction, I think Greenwich is probably the best option because their course content is really good. So yeah, that's my opinion. Have you heard about University College Cork? Yes, I applied for that, and I probably applied for University College Dublin as well. They are really good universities for sure. So yes, you can definitely apply to those universities and see if you get offered. I am experienced in testing domain. Which course should I choose? I have 5 years of experience in testing domain. Which course would be best for me? Um, what's your end goal? I mean, if you want to, like, we have a lot of different type of questions here, so I just want to get it clarified from you. What is your requirement? Do you want to come to UK for masters, or do you want to find data science jobs in India? So do let me know. I will answer based on that. Can you share your email ID? It's there on the channel, so you can definitely find that. Just go to about section and you can click on email, I guess. So you will be able to find my email there. Did you have application fees in those Ireland universities at your time? Also, how different? So yes, for Ireland universities, there were few universities which were charging application fee. University College Cork actually had uh, 50 euros, I guess. I don't exactly remember. Some of the other universities also had University College Dublin also had application fees. So yeah, some of the universities have, some don't. So you need to check out on their website. And how different Ireland from the UK. So in terms of course, I personally felt like Ireland has more theoretical course. They were conducting those traditional exams and things like that, whereas in the UK it was more towards practical stuff. So that was the reason why I chose UK, and I moved from Ireland to UK because initially my plan was to go to Ireland, but then I ended up choosing UK. So yeah, that's how it's different. And uh, one of my colleagues, he is from Ireland and his house is in Dublin. So he tells that situation, at least in terms of living expense and things like that, it's actually more expensive in Ireland as compared to the UK. So at this point, I think even Ireland is very expensive. So, like I told you in the beginning of this live stream, almost all the countries are facing some sort of issues. So yeah, because everything is very volatile, and the most biggest thing which is going on is this Russia Ukraine war. So it is affecting almost everywhere. Even in India, I'm sure things might be getting expensive, and petrol prices might be really high. So I don't know, but yeah, things are really not stable almost everywhere. Average salary for software developer for freshers. So, for software developer, it is again somewhere around 30K. So that is something you can expect. Okay, so my budget is around 19K. So Coventry and Kingston, you said, is good for fresher with the job opportunity. Yeah, so if your budget is around 19K, I think the fees is in your budget for both the universities. And again, for job opportunity, it's all up to you what type of skills you gain, and focus on your technical skills, soft skills. Soft skills is again a very important thing to have. So job opportunity totally depends on your portfolio projects, whatever you do, your skills. It does not depend a lot on the university. So yeah, that's the thing. Main motivation is to come UK and find a sponsorship job, as I already have experience in testing. Can making a career in data science or some other course that you feel my chance would increase. So you have experience in testing, so I would assume that you have experience in software testing and things like that. So if you try to focus more towards software development, so you will be a whole package. You will know software development, and then you already have experience in testing, so you will already know how to design a software so that it will be easy for your testing team. So that is something which will be very well suited for you. But if you are interested into data science, again, it's totally fine, you can do that as well. So that's what I would suggest. If I was in a testing domain, and if data science and software engineering were something I was equally interested in, I would have gone for software development rather than data science. So yeah, that is something what I would suggest. And in terms of course, I for software engineering or software development, I don't think you really need any course. You can probably learn uh, maybe mean stack or MERN stack. That should equip you with all the skills to be a full stack software developer, or at least a web developer. And if you know Java and things like that, it's an added advantage to you. So, and you can learn these things from YouTube, so you don't really need to invest a lot in um, any course. But apart from that, you should have idea about Kubernetes, Docker, because you will be working with lot of containers and things like that. As a software developer, for data scientists, you can probably take course from Udemy. That way you will have a certificate to show in the university to get an admit. And after that, it's all up to you what type of skills you end up learning in your masters and what type of projects you do to find a job. So that's there. But you have experience, so that's a good thing. And also 5 years of experience is quite a lot, so that's a good thing to have. And it won't be super hard to find a job. And I'm not going to say that it will be easy, but it won't be super hard. That's something I can say. Hello Sridhar, yeah, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good as well. Can you study MSc computer science from a non-tech degree in the UK? Um, to do masters in computer science, I think you will have to go through a conversion course where they will first teach you. So let's say the course is starting in September, so probably you will have to join at least 2 months before the course commencement. So that's there. So probably they will teach you programming and a little bit of data structures and things like that. And after that, you can definitely do computer science degree, because many people have done that. So it is totally possible to do that. Yeah, Ayush, even I thought so, but the person who is from Ireland is saying that, so I have to take his word. So yeah, that's the thing. My total expense is coming around 26 lakh tuition fee plus 9 months living cost in London. Is this a good deal as I am taking a loan? So I consider repaying it. Will I be able to close that zone with my salary? So 26 lakh is pretty good deal for London actually, and it's totally possible to pay 26 lakh in around 3 to 4 years with your salary, considering you are good with living expense. I mean, you're not spending too much on parties and things like that. At least for first few years, you need to compromise a bit on that if you want to pay back your loan soon. Because if you find a job in London, I'm not gonna lie, you will be spending quite a lot on living expense. I'm not talking about while your masters, because while doing masters there are many student accommodation and things like that, which is a good deal to take. But after that you will have to leave those student accommodation, and then you will have to rent a proper place on your own. So either you will have to live outside London, which will take around an hour or so to go to your office, or you can take something within the city or close to your office. It will be really expensive. So yeah, it is totally possible to pay back your loan in 3 to 4 years, at max probably 5 years. But for London, 26 lakh, considering everything, I think it's a good deal. Yes. When should one apply for visa after keeping funds for 28 day? As soon as you show funds. I am currently taking education loan. So uh, let's say your total funds that you need to show is around 26 lakhs, which includes your university fees and your living expense. So let's say your university fees is around 17 lakh, and your 9 lakh is your living expense, let's say like that. So you are taking loan for 17 lakh, and you are showing the remaining funds in your account. So you need to have your funds in your account for 28 days, and as soon as you get the loan approval letter, you can apply for a visa. You don't really need to wait for 28 days after getting the uh, after getting that loan approval letter. So yeah, that is there. I hope I made it clear. If you are still confused, do let me know in the chat. I will be more than happy to clarify. Surprisingly, India is doing really well. Good to know that. Well, at the moment, and even the gas price have not spiked since India bought a lot of crude oil from Russia at cheaper price. In many UK universities, in the requirement section, I see upper to one honors degree written as BCA is not an honors course. Should I apply at all those universities? If BCA is not considered for honors degree, probably you won't be eligible. So the thing is, you should email the admission team and get it clarified, because to apply for a university takes quite a lot of effort. You need to write SOP, you need to fill the whole application form and things like that. So first thing you should do is email application team and ask, I have a bachelor's in so and so field or so and so thing, and I want to apply for this particular course, and the requirement is this. So am I still eligible or not? So after their confirmation, you can apply for those universities. So for software engineering, which course do you prefer? Cybersecurity, information technology, computer science, big data technology, data analytics, IT, information system. Mm, I would say computer science would be the best option, because it covers all the best practices and tools you might need. So, in my opinion, I think computer science would be the best option. I could see that the average salary seems higher in Canada than UK. Even with the PG diploma, people are paid well, I guess. If that's the case, that's really good because, yeah, even my friend was saying something. But when we converted everything to pounds, it was not a very huge difference. It was probably just 1,000, 2,000 pounds. So in that case, I think it's totally fine. But if from your research, it seems like the companies are paying really well in Canada. And actually, to be fair, I think Canada is in bit better place at this point. And I think people who are planning to, and if they are still confused between Canada and UK, at this point, I think Canada is a better place to go because I think they have removed the restriction of part-time jobs for 20 hours. I think now you can work for 40 hours, which is really good for someone who wants to rely fully on part-time jobs. So yeah, at this point, I think Canada is a better place overall in terms of salary. What I discussed with my friend, we came to a conclusion it was almost similar. So that's there. But as per your research, if it says Canada is paying more, then yeah, definitely considering Canada would be a better option. By which makes more sense, masters in AI or in DS if we view it from 10-year down the line. So the courses which are covering AI is mainly focusing on building a solution using AI rather than actually getting your hands dirty with all the code and things like that. You will be doing quite a lot of coding as well, but it won't be as extensive as what you will do with data science. So you will probably gain some idea how to design a solution or how to come up with an architecture for an AI product. But I think to have a good knowledge of how to develop those things is also very important. And in most of the courses which are covering data science, they are covering, and also in masters in AI, they're focusing quite a lot on deep learning, and they don't really focus much on traditional machine learning algorithms. So if you are someone who doesn't have any background or knowledge about machine learning or data science, I or machine learning or deep learning or traditional machine learning, I should say, you should go for data science rather than AI because you will end up learning deep learning quite a lot without having too much knowledge about machine learning. And in the industry, even today, most of the companies are still using traditional machine learning algorithms because of its explainable stuff and why it is making a certain decision. Whereas AI, or at least deep learning, is more towards black box sort of thing where you design, you get solution, you know you are getting a good solution, but then you don't know why it is taking or making that decision. So if you are someone who is very new to machine learning and things like that, it's better to go for data science rather than AI. Or if you are really very good with machine learning, then definitely you can go for AI. By the way, is recession really bad and evident in the UK right now, or the news is just blowing it out? Uh, so yeah, news always show something to by multiplying it by, like, let's say or four at least. So that is there. They exaggerate things by quite a lot. So it's, I won't say that the situation is good by any means, but and also jobs are there. Recently, I was checking on Glassdoor, and it showed on an average there are like 1,000 plus jobs for data science alone in the UK. So there are jobs, but the thing is, competition is really high. If you go to LinkedIn and if you see jobs, there are so many people applying for those jobs. So you need to be really good at what you do. That is there, and because of inflation, even companies have to cut down on a lot of things because even they are using gas, electricity, and things like that. They have a lot of computer stuff which they need to buy, electronic stuff. So everything is getting expensive. So they are probably cutting down on, let's say they could hire four people, so probably they will hire three now. So yes, definitely it has effect on a lot of different jobs as well. But it's not like companies have stopped hiring. And even if today you go to LinkedIn or any other job portal, you will find hundreds and hundreds of jobs opening. So, but then again, it's highly competitive, and we have talked about this in other streams or previous streams as well. That English speaking countries have really high competition for jobs. So that's there. And yeah, stuffs are expensive, but the payment or the salary that you get, it's totally sufficient to live a proper life. uh, Graduation in maths suggest master's degree in UK. Hmm. If you want to be a statistician, and statistician are actually very well welcomed in the industry. Yes, of course, you will need to learn a little bit of programming as well. Our programming language would be really good for you. So you could do masters in, let's say, statistics. It is also in demand, and very close to statistics is data science. It is more towards technical stuff, but then you will be using all the mathematical stuff that you have learned in data science. So these two are something that you could focus on. If I had interest in, let's say, equal interest in software development and data science, I would have gone for software development more. But yeah, because software development has more scope as compared to data science, and I've talked about this on the channel. I have a detailed video about software development or software engineering versus data science, so you can check out that. But yeah, if I had to choose between data science and software development, considering I have interest in both, I would go for software development. How was your experience in university? So it was really good in terms of learning new stuff. I learned few things here and there. I had learned most of the things beforehand, so that's there. But I did learn quite a lot of new stuff which are coming up because universities do force you. I would not say force, but motivates you or push you to read more papers. So because of which I learned about quite a lot of new stuff. So in terms of that, yeah, it was good. But apart from technical stuff, what I learned, I really liked the work culture here. Having said that, it's not like in India it was too bad, but here people are more free. They like to come whenever they want. They can work from home. Work from home is now a very common stuff, so that's there. But yeah, people are good here, at least in work culture. Or maybe I just had a bad experience in India, so that's there. Um, but you learn quite a lot. You meet people from various different locations, so you see the difference in thinking, how they proceed with certain things and things like that. And also you become more independent, so that is also there. So overall, I think it was a really good experience in my university. And about startup culture here, even universities support you by a quite, if you want to start your own startup, but then there are these visa complications and things like that. So that is there, but if you can overcome those things, I think universities do support you. Most of the universities have this career service where they have this dedicated startup team which guides you how to build a pitch and how to pitch your product in front of investors and things like that. So yeah, that's a really good thing here in India. Not many universities do that. So in terms of startup uh, culture, or at least in terms of getting into startup, I think it's really good here. What can I do to stand out from the competition? The competition is already so high in India. For some reason, I don't think the competition would be as bad in the UK. Don't know for sure. Yeah, in India, the competition is high. Yes, that is there. But here, along with the competition, there are a lot of different visa complications. So that is there. So maybe the competition is not as high as what it is in India, but then you have a lot of visa implications. So you need to consider that as well. What you can do to stand out is have really good hold over your data science technologies, or at least concepts. So uh, you need to know how each algorithm works really well, because in interviews they might ask you very miscellaneous questions and you should be able to answer those things. So one question could be, you have XGBoost and you have a linear regression model, and in your training set your data point ranges from, let's say, 1 to 100. But then when you publish your model in the production, one of the data points come which is around 200, and your model is not trained on that particular data point. So how will your model perform? Which model will get affected, linear model or XGBoost? And how much effect it will have on your model? So they can ask these kind of questions, and you cannot answer these questions without having a good understanding about each and every algorithm. So you need to have a very good understanding about each and every algorithms, and it's not just about algorithms. You need to know what type of data manipulations you need to do, what type of feature engineering you need to do. And apart from this, nowadays data scientists are more getting into deployment part as well. So you need to know about MLOps. So if you are able to learn MLOps beforehand, I think that is something which will put you uh, outside of the whole competition, and you will be able to stand out. So MLOps is something which is very important. But without having a good hold over all the data science concepts, uh, it's not gonna worth knowledge of MLOps. So that is something that I can suggest. By the way, if you guys are finding this live stream to be helpful, do give it a thumbs up or like, because that way I know that these live streams are always helpful. If I want to submit a dissertation for my masters, what are the things that should be there? It very much depends on university. So in my university, I had to submit my code, I had to submit my report, I had to do a presentation. So I had to make a PowerPoint presentation and I had to present it to two of the evaluators. And we also had to make a poster. So it's a small one page poster where you will be mentioning all the key details about the project, so that with just one glance on that particular page they will be able to know what all things are done in the project. So you need to do that as well. So I think these are some of the things that I had to submit as part of my dissertation, but it could vary from university to university. For testing background, which is preferable, we talked about this in this live stream. So I personally would prefer software development for testing background if you are testing on softwares. So that is what. But yeah, we talked quite a lot on this earlier in this live stream. Has UK removed 20 hours work restriction for international student? No, I don't think so. UK has removed 20 hours work restriction. I think it is removed in Canada. What can I do with my data science portfolio with MSc in the UK job market? So in masters, you usually work on quite a lot of projects. So make sure you have those projects on your GitHub, and if you like, you can obviously host them using Heroku and maybe REST API and things like that. And that way, you will have something to show, and where recruiters can actually go and enter their details and probably get some predictions. So that is the best case scenario. But if you don't want to do that, you should have your projects on GitHub and then use those projects in some sort of Git pages portfolio. So that is something you can do. And in Newcastle, what's your accommodation like, and how's your? Okay, so I will talk about this next. So yeah, so apart from those projects, try to get internship in your second semester at least. So that is something you should do. Apart from that, there is this website called Data Kind. So there you can actually go and volunteer in data science projects. So do check out. I think I will make a dedicated video about Data Kind as well, because I think it's a very good platform to know about. So there you can go and volunteer, and that will give you a very good experience. Apart from that, I already have a video about a platform called Omdena. There also you can work on various projects. So you can check out that video as well. And but while working on these projects, you will gain quite a lot of experience. You will be working in a proper team, and that is going to look really very good on your resume. So it will definitely uh, make you stand out from the crowd. What's your accommodation like, and how's your flatmates? So yeah, about this place where I'm living right now, I will make a video like the whole house tour. Probably that would be more helpful for you, so that you can see how's the house, and probably, and I also tell you about the rent and stuff in that video. So you will know how much could be the rent. And we have with this me and my friend, we have created a new channel. So yeah, on that channel I will probably post that video. So if you are still interested in, if you are interested in that kind of video, I will post that on that video, and I think you will get a good understanding. And about flatmates, um, one person is from Sri Lanka. This one is from the UK, I think, somewhere. And there is this girl downstairs. She is from Scotland. So they're all friendly. They are all good. So and they're all working. So most of the time, everybody is busy, and we meet very rarely, because some people go to office at 6 a.m. and they come back at 6 p.m., and after that much work they don't really have too much energy to socialize. So that's there. But and I'm busy working on my own stuff here. So yeah, we don't really interact too much, but whenever we do, it's always fun. I am, and yeah, by the way, I will post that this house tour video on the Traveling Pods channel. So yeah, that's there. Uh, I'm targeting for September 2023 for data analytics slash data science. Good universities within 25 lakh Russell Group universities, and what skills I should make myself familiar with in next 10 months before starting next year. So I already have a video about skills you need before coming for masters in the UK. or anywhere in the world. So do check out that video. And I have this thing called Good Russell Group Universities for MSc Data Science. So I'll be making that video soon. So I have that video in the pipeline. So I'm just trying to figure out some time here and then, and I will make a video about that as well. But just to name a few, it could be uh, University of Glasgow, Queen Mary University, University of Bath, University of Warwick. But then these I'm just mentioning from what I remember a little bit of their course. So that's there, but I will still need to look into their course content. So yeah, University of Warwick, and then Newcastle University. So these are some of the, and University of Aberdeen is also good. So these are some of the universities which you can look into. But I will make a dedicated video about this thing and about skills. Like I told you, I already have it on my channel. So I already have these videos in a proper formatted way on my channel. So if you go to my channel, there is this playlist called MSc Data Science from Newcastle University. So uh, wherever there is thing called like experience stuff. So whenever I talked about my experience, I have put that video in that. MSc or skills you need to know before data science, I think it will be in study abroad. If it's not in the study abroad playlist, you can probably find it in MSc data science folder or playlist. So yeah, do check out those playlists. There are a lot of useful stuff there. Bro, are you working as a data scientist? Yes, I am working as a data scientist. Can I volunteer with DataKind or Omdena even from India being a fresher? Yes, I think you can. Definitely. And it's always good to start as soon as possible. So you can do that. Is W and Power BI are mandatory for data scientists? No, it is not mandatory, but it's just good to have skill. Harriet Watt has 2 years MSc data science, especially for people with no computer science background. Do you mind checking it out and let me know if it's good idea, or should I just focus on Udemy course? Sure, I will check out this also. Newcastle University has increased its data science fees to, wow, 29k pounds without scholarship now. That's really high. And yeah, I heard about this. Even Coventry University had their fees this year well below £16,000, and now it's around £19,000. So I think it's the case with all the universities. They are increasing the fees by quite a lot for next year, which is a huge jump because when I applied, it was around 24k, and there was this £5,000 scholarship. So it came down to £19,000 for me. And yeah, that's quite a lot. And but if 29k is the fees, and if they're still giving you 20, I mean £4,000 or at least £5,000, I think the fees will come to around comes down to, let's say, 25, 24 maybe, but still it's expensive. But in general, Newcastle is a affordable place to live in, so that's there. But then the fees hike in almost all the universities is just too much, so that's there. But I didn't know about that. Newcastle University has also increased fees. I mean, that much. What are the mandatory skills for data scientist? So again, I have a video about this. Must-have skills for data scientists. So do check out that video. But if I just have to name a few, your programming skills should be good. You should know about various packages like pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, and scikit-learn for machine learning, and tensorflow, keras, or pytorch for deep learning. So these kind of things you should know properly, and you should know how a machine learning algorithm and deep learning algorithms work. So yeah, those are some of the very important things that you should know. Is MSc in maths and stat preferred by employers as much as data science with 2 years of prior experience as business analyst? And in my case, MSc, where does the university stand as per employer? Um, Apart from IITs, not many companies know about any other universities in the India. But yeah, you have experience in business analytics, so I think it should be better for you to go for masters in data science rather than maths and stat, because if you choose to do data masters in maths and stat, I think it will be kind of hectic if you don't have good background in maths. So that's there, but you have experience with analyst as a business analyst, so I think you should go for data science. But then at the end, you should choose what you want to do, what you like. As for employers, there are many companies looking for statisticians, mainly those financial institutions. So they really want statisticians. So yeah, they are also in demand. Best for data science, USA or UK for fresher? Hmm, I think at this point, USA is looking little better, but in terms of jobs and stuff, it's competitive everywhere. I think I'm saying this. I don't know, maybe hundred time maybe. But yeah, in terms of competition, it's everywhere. But then at least in terms of stability, US is looking better as compared to UK. So yeah, I think at this point, if you are going, US could be a better option than UK until we see some good changes coming to UK. So yeah, that's my answer. Can you visit Ireland or EU countries on your student visa? No, I can't. I will have to take some other tourist visa, so visitor visa. So that is something I need to do if I want to go to Ireland or EU, which I have plans. That time I won't be on my student visa, that's there, but maybe next year I have plans to start traveling to European countries, so that's there. How long in advance would you advise me to prepare for a data science course in UK if I have no computer science background? So, to learn programming, as you are very new to computer science, so I'm just assuming that you don't know any programming. So it will take around 4 to 5 months to get very good at programming, at least in Python. It and it depends on person to person. For few people, it will take less time. For few people, it will take more time. If I give you my example, when I came across my first programming language was C, and C is considered as relatively hard to learn as compared to Python. So when I came across C, I didn't know anything, and I was just not able to understand anything. But then I started learning from various sources like YouTube and stuff, and then I started going on platforms like HackerRank, and I started coding there. And I was able to understand C programming in not 3 months, but yeah, 2 to 3 months, yeah, maybe that much. So 2 to 3 months. So it took me that much time. So, and for few people, like some of my friends, even they were new. So for them, it took around 4 to 5 months. There were some they were able to understand in, let's say, around 2 months itself. So it very much depends on how much time you're giving, and what's your level of understanding with the programming syntax. So that's there. So I will just say on an average it can be around 3 to 4 months. So be very good with the programming skill, and I'm not just saying uh, learn syntax and stuff. You should be able to build any type of logic in a programming language. So it will take around 3 to 4 months, and after that you can look into mathematics and statistics. But I think you can leave that at this point and probably learn how a particular algorithm works, except for mathematics, because if you want to learn how a decision tree works, it's not like you need to know how a maths is working. You just need to know that it is basically an if else type of condition, which is dividing each node into different nodes, and then based on condition it just move the data point in certain directions. So yeah, you can learn that. After that, once you have basic understanding of how a machine learning algorithm works, you can go into depth with mathematical stuffs, and that will probably take another 6 months. So it's a long process. It's not like you can learn data science in just 6 months and you can say that yes, I know everything, because there are a lot of things to learn. And I'm actually planning to make a video about uh, difficulty that person could find in data science interviews specifically, and is data science interviews are harder than software developers. So that is something which I am planning to make a video. But yeah, on an average, if I have to tell you, it could take somewhere around 6 to 10 months to probably have a very good understanding about whole data science stuff. Yeah, you're right. Every Russell Group university have increased their fees at least. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's so much, but can't really do anything. For volunteering in firms like Omdena or DataKind, do we have to give some interview as for a normal job position? For DataKind, I think they will conduct a little bit, but it's not like super hard. Even if you have basic understanding, you will be able to clear the interview if they want to conduct. But maybe they won't. For Omdena, they have something called local chapters, so you can start working on those kind of chapters where you don't really need to answer any questions. And after working on those local chapters, once you will have some good understanding about concepts, you can actually move on to some other specialized chapters, or they call it something else. So you can move to that. So yeah, that's there. It won't be like a full-fledged data science interview like it could be for a proper job. So that's there. What is the difference between AI ML developer and data scientist? So AI ML developers are mainly focused on machine learning and deep learning part, where they will be researching a lot on what type of machine learning algorithm is good for a particular use case, and trying to optimize it. And maybe at some point they will have to come up with their own loss function. If all the pre-existing loss functions are not working, they might have to design their own optimizer and things like that. So that is the job or role of MLA developer. As for data scientists, they need to have hold over things like collection of the data, manipulating the data, feature engineering, machine learning, deep learning, and then deploying that into the production. Deploying part is more for software engineers in bigger companies, but if it's a soft startup, they want a data scientist to do this as well. So data scientist is more of a generalized term, and for data scientist it is also kind of important to have some sort of domain knowledge, and for machine learning and AI engineer it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, this is the difference between AI ML developer and data scientist. How to find affordable student accommodation in Guildford, I guess, Surrey University area. There are some platforms. Spare room is something which you can use. After that, Rightmove, Zoopla, those are some of the things where you can find. It's not just for student accommodations. There you can find for professional and anyone. So that's there, and there are some platforms like Ember Students, UniEcho. So these are some of the popular websites where you can actually find student accommodations in anywhere in the UK, not just for Surrey or anything. This is a hypothetical question. If you get 80, 100K in the US right now with the sponsorship, would you leave UK for US? Like considering everything, what would you do? See, it's a good question, and the thing is, yes, money is very important, and if I'm gonna say that no, I'm still gonna live in UK with the salary that I have, most people here will say that I think he's crazy, or I mean, everybody has their own opinion, so they might say that yes, this guy is just crazy. I mean, he doesn't know what he's doing. So that's there. But when I was in Infosys, I was working on something, and it was mainly something like looking into the payment streams and keeping them up. So it was not very intuitive and challenging task. So I decided to leave the company and come for masters. They had a kind of proposal that they were like, we can give you on site after 6 months, because then I would have had experience of around 2.5 or 2 years, something like that. So they were like, we can give you on site, and our clients were in California, so obviously I would have been to California, and at that time I think my salary could have been somewhere around 65 to 70K US dollars, and I declined that because for me work was more important, like the quality of the work. Because, and I also asked them whether I will be working on something else. So they were like, no, you will still be working on the task which you are still doing. So I was like, no, in that case I don't really want that. So that was there, so I declined that package already. But considering that if I get a job like data scientist job and I love the job, probably I can consider. I'm not gonna lie, but I would still prefer to be in UK or at least close to Europe. So maybe my answer would still be no. But yeah, 80 100K package looks really good. I mean, if you want to judge me, you can judge me, but yeah, that's my answer. I will probably still stick close to European countries or UK because I'm not that fond of US culture. So it's just as simple as that. By the way, this was really a hard question. This was the hardest question I have got in a live stream, you know. Is my hacker rank certification and 6 star on hacker rank have more value, or my 348 questions on lead code have more value? If you have both, you should show both of them, and it's a big achievement to have solved 348 lead code problems because I'm more familiar with lead code than hacker rank. I don't know how hard it is to get hacker rank stars, so I don't know, but it's a big achievement to solve 348 questions because you need to be very consistent to do so, and that shows that you have very good programming skills. So you can, if you have both, you should actually put them in your resume, and uh, they both will give very good weightage to your profile. And solve two more problems, so it will become 350. Where can I do data science projects? So yeah, I like I mentioned in this stream, Omdena and DataKind are two platforms where you can volunteer your work, and in doing by doing that, you will gain quite a lot of experience as well. What type of projects should I attach to my resume as a first year student? What type of project? So for data science, you could work on classification, regression, computer vision, natural language processing, whichever is more suitable for you or whatever you like to do. So you can do those kind of projects, and you can have them on your resume. But if you want to be more on software development side, I think you should make a CRUD application, and which will have like create, update, delete, and things like that. Read. So I forgot read. So that's the full form of CRUD. CRUD. So make that kind of application. It could be a blogging website or things like that. So that will be really a good achievement for a first year student. I mean, I'm someone who would always choose the UK over US, so I'm not gonna judge you, mate. Yeah, thank you. Struggling with image forgery detection project. Tried out BUSD. I need to Burstnet. Okay, okay, fine. Burstnet with G16, and also error level analysis with CNN, but model failed. Do you have any solution to image forgery detection? If you can explain this thing properly, I mean, you can go to my about page and you can send me an email with proper description of this problem, and I look into it. And if I can find something, or if the problem is something which I have already worked on, or at least something which is close to what I have worked on, I will be able to guide you. So yeah, do send a proper description of the problem using that email address so that I will be able to answer that. Copy move is the first I am moving with. Uh, yeah, I mean, I will still have to look into what sort of data you have. So yeah, that is something we can do. So just send me an email. I will look into it, and I will be more than happy to suggest you something if I know that. Copy move is the type of forgery. Okay, which is easy to get into from job perspective with a master's degree. Currently pursuing online master's program from Upgrad. Job in data engineering or data science. I have 2 years of experience as business analyst. Both are equally challenging, I would say. But I think for data engineering, you need less things as compared to data science, because to be a data engineer, you need to know about big data stuff and a little bit about cloud knowledge. Uh, and you have 2 years of experience, so maybe not just a little bit, but more towards in-depth knowledge of at least cloud stuff. So that should be enough for a data engineer. But for data scientist, you need to know those things. Apart from that, there's a lot of machine learning and deep learning stuff. So in terms of the amount of knowledge or the skills that you need, I think data engineering should be easy. So yeah, that's there. By the way, that interview I gave in that company in Netherlands for remote position, I haven't heard back from them yet. When I asked them for an update, they said they were still in the process for internal discussion with their team and stuff. So we'll be asking them on Monday for the final update now. Yeah, that's good, and all the best to you. I hope you get that because it will be a really good opportunity. How much annual paid leaves do you get in your current company? So it's 28 leaves, I think 28 or 30, somewhere around that. So yeah, that is something that I get annually. And bank holidays, and those are there for sure. We are just over 1 hour 32 minutes. Yeah, if we don't have any more questions, we can end the stream now. We have more questions. Any platform which helps in projects building, because learning a skill and yeah, like I told you, Omdena and DataKind are two of the platforms. There could be many other platforms, but these are some of the platforms where you can work on real world projects. You will be working in a team. There will be other people as well working on that particular thing, and it's a volunteer based platform. So yeah, these are really good stuff and good platform where you can actually work on real projects. All right, if you found this live stream to be helpful, do give it a thumbs up, because it always motivates me to see many and many people are liking these kind of discussions and live streams. So yeah, hope to see you guys in the next live stream, which I do every Saturday at 12 p.m. I think because of this daylight saving time would have changed in India, because previously it was around 4:30 p.m. Indian time. Now I think it should be 5:30 if I'm not wrong. But yeah, as per UK time, it's still 12 p.m. So every Saturday 12 p.m. Thank you so much, Roshan. These are always refreshing. Got any plans for the weekend? I just need to find house. Too much work, because it's really hard to find house. And like I told, from here it takes the place where I'm currently living. It takes around 1 to 1.5 hour by bus to my workplace, which is quite a lot, and it's just one way. So moving a little bit closer to the office, but it's kind of hard to find something. So yeah, I'm gonna go and house hunt, and I hope I'll find something. Apart from that, maybe I will work on some video if I get some time, and maybe I will learn something else, because I always like learning. So yeah, these are some of the things, and other mundane works are always there. Is SQL mandatory for data scientist? Yes, it is quite important. Maybe not as important as Python programming, or at least R programming, but it is very important. I think after Python, it comes SQL is probably the second most important skill. So you will have to extract data and things like that. So If your company does not have a data engineering team, you will have to do that by yourself. So in that case, SQL is important. Next question. Do data engineer get paid as much as data scientists? Yes, they do, and in some cases they get even more paid. So it is totally depending on the kind of company it is. Is it a large company? Is it a small company? It depends on the location. It depends on the seniority level of that thing. So yeah, it depends on quite a lot of factors. And in many cases, I have seen one of my friends. She is a data engineer and she is getting more paid than me. So yeah, engineers can get paid more than data scientists. All right. Okay, another question. What data analyst project can I do in terms of marketing? So if you go to Kaggle, you can search for marketing data or sales data, and you will find data from there. So try to uh, come up with some questions. So I'll give you an example. As part of my master, I mean, you can go to my GitHub page, and there you will find a project which is done in R. I don't remember it now. Yeah, it might be something related to cyber security data analytics projects. So do check out that project. It is done in R, but you can do that in Python as well. Probably you won't have the access to that data because it was data which was provided from the university. So you can find similar data on Kaggle. So the thing is, when you extract data or you get some data from Kaggle, look into the data, see what all things are there in the data, and come up with at least four or at least three, four questions. So it could be, what type of people are my audience? Like if it's a learning platform, so what type of people are actually more interested in taking the courses? It could be people who are student, it could be people who are in early stages of their career. So that could be your one question. Another question is, in what location those people are there. So let's say there is this uh, learning platform, let's say Udemy. So Udemy might be having a lot of data, so they can see most people are coming from, let's say, India, or most people are coming from, let's say, US. So they can actually show a lot of ads in those countries, or probably they can give a lot of offers in those countries. So that will increase their sales even more. So you can ask these kind of questions. You can ask a question, how can I improve my product? So you can, if they have the feedback data, you can look into the feedback data. You can see what people are not happy with, what people are happy with. So these are some of the questions you need to come up with, and then try to answer those questions from the data based on your analysis. So this could be a really good data analytics project. Like I have prior digital marketing experience, which I would like to make more use of. So yeah, you can use your prior digital marketing knowledge, and you can just find these kind of data on Kaggle, and you can probably ask these kind of questions to. And I think probably you would have asked these kind of questions in your digital marketing uh, experience as well. So yeah, I think they should give you a better understanding. And it's not like you just have to stick to three or four questions, but you can ask any as many questions based on what type of project you are doing and how much time you have. Which is better, scalar or masters in data science? Mm, I would always pick masters over any course, because it's not just about technical skills. You get a lot of exposure from masters. You interact with a lot of people, and I have this video in pipeline which I want to make, is importance of masters, or at least importance of education, not just masters, it could be bachelors as well. So in that I will cover quite a lot of things, because it might take quite a lot of time to discuss those things. But yeah, I would always pick masters over scalar. Thanks for the advice. Really appreciate. Happy house hunting. Thank you, Ayush. I'll try to find something, and I hope it will be happy. Uh, it will be a cheerful journey to find a house. But does online masters help as financial aids? Online masters is mm, no. I don't. I really prefer to do online masters. I wouldn't prefer because Bits Pilani even offers MTech in data science for professionals. I could have gone for that, but yeah, I'm not really interested in online degrees because the point of masters is not just to gain technical skills. There are a lot of other skills. You meet people, you develop your communication skills, you develop your presentation skills, and you make a lot of good connections, which is very important in today's world, which you usually don't get from online masters or even online courses. So in my opinion, online instead of doing online masters, just go for some online courses that should be uh, better for you, because that way you will save some money, because master online masters will be expensive as compared to online courses. There could be courses which are expensive, but yeah, if you just want to learn technical skills, go for those cheaper courses like iNeuron and things like that, and you will be more than happy to have those kind of skills rather than spending lakhs and lakhs on courses. So yeah, either go for proper master's course or just go for some courses where you can learn all the technical stuff. Thank you, Ayush. And yeah, I think this should do for today. And I will see you guys next week, Saturday, 12 p.m. British Summer Time. So, yeah, have a great weekend, everyone, and keep learning. And yeah, bye. Thank you, Aman.